As per usual, let's hope that my mic doesn't break halfway through this and I have to record like half of the script again. So this video is going to be a bit different. This video isn't really going to be talking about screaming or anything related to that. This video is more so going to be an explanation of what's been going on in the past 2 weeks of my life and why my content has kind of sucked, why I haven't really been consistent overall with a lot of things. It's going to be an explanation for a lot of that. We need to start it off with, in case you didn't know, I play the piano. Now, I'm not the greatest at piano, but I'm not bad at piano. But I'm not a beginner either. I'm kind of intermediate piano. My piano teacher was like, you should really kind of invest more time because who knows, because you're kind of good at piano, you might be able to take this somewhere. So my piano teacher directed me to a summer music camp thing. I won't say the exact name of it for sake of, I don't know if they want me saying the exact name of it. My piano teacher was like, you should really do this. And I was like, no. She was able to convince me after a while. Let me just set this framework out for you, okay? Let me read an email that they sent to us. 8:45 was supposed to arrive. 9 to 9:55 a.m., or basically 9 to 10 a.m., is lessons or practice or theory. For me, I had theory. So I'll just stay with my personal schedule. 9 to 10 was theory. 10 to 11 was practice or a private lesson. Practice being I get a private practice room. Stay tuned for that. Or I have a private lesson with some dude. And that would alternate Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday. Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday. 11 to 11:15, snack break. 11:15 to 12:25, more so 12:30. Chamber music rehearsal. 12:30 to 1:55, more so 2. Lunch and recreation. 2 to 3, performance class, and then 3 to 4:30, large ensemble rehearsal / piano seminar. So I'm there from 8:30, if not earlier in the day, to 4:30. Keep in mind also, we live about an hour away from this place, so we have to leave at about 7:30, and we get back at about 5:30. So my day is pretty much packed. To set the scene for you, the whole thing is you have 2 weeks, and it's not an overnight camp, it's a day camp, but 2 weeks of this camp, everybody is placed in a chamber music group. If you don't know what that means, that basically means you have a small group of people that work together. Like for me, it was me and 2 violinists. For one group, it was a string quartet of 2 violins, a viola, and a cello. For another group, it was viola, unless you were a string player, and then you were placed in a small chamber group, and you were placed in an orchestra. We'll get into that later. But I'm a piano player, so I don't really have to worry about orchestra. So I'm there all day. I have to leave at 7:30. I have to come back at around 5:30. I was honestly kind of scared. You'll probably notice, if you remember, I made a short saying, during the summer, I'm going to cut back to 1 short per day. And then I went back to the 2 short per day format pretty quickly, because I realized views were tanking. But the whole premise of that was, I know in a couple weeks, I'm not gonna have time. Or at least I didn't think I'd really have time. So what I did was I said, I'm cutting back in preparation. Since there's only 2 weeks, we were supposed to have the notes, the rhythm, and basic dynamic worked down. Like, what does the sheet say? And shape the phrases. And they just made really picky comments on us when we were in the group. This was my first chamber experience, and it was really interesting, and I really loved it, and I really want to do it again. Going into this, I was scared out of my mind though. I had never done any music camp type thing. I'd never done any like chamber group type thing really ever. This was all new to me. I didn't think I was gonna have time. But I decided to go into it with a hopeful spirit. We'll get into that later. OBS froze. And I don't know whether to keep talking or not. Okay, OBS stopped freezing. Let me lay out my typical day schedule. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning and go for a run. I come back, put the breakfast sandwich in the oven, go take a shower, get out of the shower, eat the breakfast sandwich, make sure I have everything together, do my hair, because I like doing my hair whenever I go out. I like making it messy. That's like the style that I typically go with. I like using hair powder. Then I try to have about 30 minutes to myself before the chaos. And then we have to drive over. We drive over and we get there. Then when I come back, I have to do any practice that I need to do to catch up or to like get ready for the next day. I need to make my breakfast sandwich. I need to eat dinner. I need to do drums and or do vocals and or do drums. Like, that didn't really happen every day. And do any like work responsibilities that my family needs me to do. Like, do I need to mow the lawn? Do I need to go weed? Do I need to help my neighbors with anything? Like, and by then it's dinner time, and then after dinner I need to make my sandwich. I need to go to bed. Because I don't like having no sleep, so I went to bed around like 8:30, 9 o'clock every night. So I also had to shower every night. It's because I had to get the product out of my hair before I went to sleep. But basically, I would have not much time to, like, I budgeted 30 minutes to give to myself in the morning. I was more prepared for the camp though than I thought I was. I was extremely lazy with you guys. I am so sorry about that. Because I had those videos, I just had to get on my computer and do it, and I was being really lazy with you guys. And I really had no excuse, because they were practically done. It was just the easy parts that needed to get done. Although what I'll probably do is, since they're ready, I'll probably just keep them in reserve, so that if there's ever going to be weeks that I'm away, or weeks that I absolutely cannot work at a video at all, I just have those to upload. In fact, no, yeah, that's what I'll do. Those videos are going to be saved for when I have no videos at all to upload, and I have to get something out. I'll just schedule those to upload. But I had to throw a lot of stuff aside. Well, not really throw, but I had to put some stuff aside because I really was kind of crammed for time. Because, I mean, part of that was just because I wanted to keep a good sleep schedule. That was part of it. But basically, that's the whole reason of, like, why there wasn't videos and why my content's been kind of crappy recently. Because I was grasping at straws, trying to find things to put out. And a lot of it really wasn't good. The other thing is I wasn't really practicing vocals every day during that, because oftentimes I'd come home and I would be exhausted. I didn't do vocals very much during that time either, and I didn't do drums very much during that time either, and that kind of set me back on both of those, and I'm trying to get back on track with those, which is why I think for a lot of the videos you might see me in like the same outfit a couple times. They was recorded on the same day. But now that we've gotten the reason for why my content sucked out of the way, we're now going to talk about the camp. Because this video isn't just about why my content sucked. This video is also going to be about the camp. So I get there first day, and my mom goes in there with me because I'm still currently, this is for people in school, and I am still currently under the age of adulthood. So I go in there with my mom, and I'm like, all right, let's do this. We get there, we go into the auditorium, and they give an announcement to the parents being like, okay, this is what you should expect for like a lot of the stuff was what was already in the emails that they sent out, but they were also kind of just like, this is what you should expect for pickup and drop off. This is what you should expect. Your child has to sign in and sign out because we are legally responsible for them. I was like, cool. But then they sent the parents out of the room. They're like, okay, parents, go home. I'm like, okay, mom, I love you. Leave. She said, okay, I'll leave. And she went home. They made an announcement. They were like, if you have theory marked for 9 o'clock, raise your hand. All the people that have theory for 9 o'clock, stay in here. Everybody else, if you have practice, go out into the hall. Alright, now we're gonna do a theory test. There are very few things that I am just not good at when it comes to music, and theory is one of them. But theory is something that I kind of really detest, because I just hate it. Although I learned to love it, because actually it's pretty fun. We're talking about the major and the minor mode. We took a theory test. I went through the first and second theory test, and surprise, surprise, I was placed in the beginner theory class. I wonder why. I learned a lot more about theory, even in the 2 weeks though. Past that, it was theory every single day. First thing we started the morning off. So after the theory test, they were like, okay, go out into the hall. And I was like, okay, I have practice. So I go out into the hall and I'm like, where do I go? The dude looks at the whiteboard. He says, you're marked for room 110. He takes me downstairs to room 110. I get into practice. This was an insane experience for me. If anybody's ever done like music stuff before, they're gonna be like, oh wow, this is really stupid. Like, this is an insane experience for you? Yeah. I've never had something like this before. Of course I have like my own private piano that I get to practice on, but having a private practice room that I just get to sit down and play, it was crazy. The rooms weren't exactly soundproof though.
You would think, oh, a private practice room is the quietest place ever. It's not. It's not.
But I also did a 9-minute improv my last day of practice. Just stay tuned to the end to see that. Then I go out for snack break, and they take us all out to the front lawn. And me, being my socially isolating self, I kind of just sat on a random spot in the grass and ate a chicken breast. Because for snack break, they were like, you gotta bring your own snacks. And so what did I bring first day? I brought a chicken breast. I should have gotten a video of it. I was just sitting eating a chicken breast, and I'm sure anybody who looked at me was like, what is this guy doing? So that was a great first impression for many people. But then after that, I went up to chamber, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what to expect. So we started it, get the chamber coach, get my chamber mates in there. I was sitting there most of the time, and I was just thinking to myself, wow, I'm so glad I played. The piano is hard because you have the basics, and you can build so much on it. Everything else is hard because you have so much of the basics. And there's so much to do with the basics. My coach was great too. For my first chamber experience, you gave me a great experience. Just take a guess at what happened as I was editing this video. If you guessed, your mic broke and it started sounding buzzy, you'd be correct. I don't know what's wrong, but it's really frustrating having to re-record the second half of videos, and I need to fix whatever is going on around here. I'm gonna say this really quickly. I'm gonna run through it really quickly because the video's already at like 10 minutes. Food, really good. Recreation time, really fun. Got friends, and we talked, and that was great. Performance class, really good. Piano seminar, really good. Had a great time with all of this. I really have nothing but good things to say about all the staff and faculty and counselors and everybody there. It was a great experience, and I'm looking forward to going there again next year if I don't move out of the state. I'm slowing my time because I do really mean this. I have really nothing but good things to say about my experience at that camp. It was a great time, and I really want to go there again. With that out of the way, as promised, what follows is a 9-minute improv that I did while at the camp during one of my practice. And there were people right outside my window, so if you hear any talking, just ignore that, please. It'll make your experience a lot better. It's improv. If you ever improv, you know you're gonna mess up. But without further ado, enjoy. And yes, this will be put on YouTube Music in case you want to stream it. See you on the next one.
It's hot. you.